Howdy, howdy, y'all. It is another Maharaj. I am that episode, chapter 86. The unknown is the home of the real. Now, on one level, I think, we can understand, especially if we've been this far into the book, we will understand at this point what he kind of means by this, I think. But really, this conversation as it evolves, you see what he's talking about. I mean, a lot of it is just talking about the unknown, which is the thing that is like the thing that is beyond, in one sense, really, in this case, the ego. Because really, what this conversation, a lot of it really is about Maharaj kind of showing this guy that he may have his guru and be the way he's going about it is not, it's very superficial. He's essentially trying to tell him, like, hey, you're just going down this in a very superficial way. You're still having this, and he even admits, the questioner even admits they still, his issue is still of the ego and whatnot. And so for Maharaj, he's still saying that he's clinging on to the pain, pleasure, body centric world viewpoint, even if he doesn't necessarily feel like he is. And then he even says at one point that he's, doomed to go guru to guru, sort. So that's what really, like, that's kind of the juxtaposition. Like, if I had to give a really quick synopsis of what is happening during this conversation, that's what I would say. As for, is it intriguing to read? Is it a good chapter? Is it a good conversation? Yes, of course. I mean, they're all, like I said, they've all been pretty consistent. But once again, I think this one's just like every other one's really good, really consistent, really deep. A lot of the points I want to talk about. That's the particular points. Well, I like this when the questioner does ask a really interesting question that I thought would inherently, I don't know why someone would ask it, but when you think about it, I can kind of maybe see. But the questioner says at one point, what do I gain by learning to use my mind? To me, that's kind of inherently like, well, of course, like, it would be good to just know how to use your mind in general, but I get, maybe I get it, like, why should I need to, use my mind, especially in the context of the conversation, like in this sort of way that they're talking about. Maharaj, or you gain freedom from desire and fear, which are entirely due to wrong uses of the mind. Mere mental knowledge is not enough. The known is accidental. The unknown is the home of the real. To live in the known is bondage. To live in the unknown is liberation. And so that's why the ego ultimately is coming into this whole conversation of the unknown versus the known. Because it's that ego that really, and that wanting of the certainty of the known and the stability of the known that prevents us really from actually going forth and pursuing the real knowledge, the unknown, which is the liberation. This, like I said, this is, I'm trying to see, is there anything in particular about this chapter I thought really kind of popped up to comparison to other chapters. I find it interesting, but this is particular at one point. So at one point, the question says, how does one attend to the unconscious? Maharaj, keep the I am in the focus of awareness. Remember that you are watch ceaselessly, the unconscious will flow into the unconscious without any special effort on your part. Wrong desires and fears, false ideas, social inhibitions are blocking and preventing its interplay with the conscious. Once free to mingle, the two become one. The one becomes all. The person merges into the witness into awareness, awareness into pure being, yet identity is not lost. Only its limitations are lost. It is transfigured and becomes the real self. the Sadguru, the eternal friend and guide. You cannot approach it in worship. No external activity can reach the inner self. Worship and prayers remain on the surface only. To go deeper, meditation is essential, striving to go beyond the states of sleep, dream, and waking. In the beginning, the attempts are irregular. Then they reoccur more often, become regular, then continuous and intense, until all obstacles are conquered. The question is, obstacles to what? Maharaj, to self-forgetting. Questioner, if worship and prayers are ineffective, why do you worship daily with songs, music, the image of your guru? Maharaj, those who want it do it. I see no purpose in interfering. But you partake in it. Yes, it appears so. But why be so concerned with me? Give all your attention to the question, what is it that makes me conscious? Until your mind becomes the question itself and cannot think of anything else. Questioner, all this stirring and urging me to meditate. I find no zest in meditation, but I am interested in many other things. Some I want very much, my mind goes to them. My attempts at meditation are so half-hearted. What am I to do? And yeah, from there, Maharaj says, ask yourself, to whom does it all happen? And use everything as an opportunity to go within. Light your way by burning up obstacles in the intensity of awareness. And he keeps kind of going from there and there. But the point being, like, the reason why I read this part is because, like, I especially found it interesting how he is. Because earlier he had talked about how drugs, kind of, yeah, they're cool, special experiences, but it's really about letting go of the ego, letting go of all that, going beyond that, essentially. And with that, I mean, that I feel like is kind of more vindicated when he's even saying, like, yes, prayers and all this stuff, even that's in the sort of way kind of surface level. Because really, that's really probably what he would say is a milestone. Because, like he says in earlier, that the guru himself is some sort of milestone. And so I think that's what Maharaj would argue, that, yeah, it's a sort of milestone. And I do find it funny how he's like, don't be concerned with me. Like, it's just, I found that really funny. Like, he was just trying to call him out to be like, Krishna was trying to call him out to be this hypocrite. And he's like, don't worry about me, And I think that's a sort of test to him as well, to see, because moments like that, I feel like he's showing, kind of egging and testing, like, hey, you're not really, because your mind set is not in the correct direction. You're just, like you said, you're just in this ego-driven thing that you don't even realize you're in. At certain moments like that, I feel like he's really kind of showing that, and it's very, in a way that they don't realize. That's kind of subtle. And like I said, I don't really want to get too crazy in terms of video length, so I will end it with a couple more parts here, like that very end here. There's the last questioner Maharaj exchange, and then there's a Maharaj quote at the end here. I'm going to end it with that. So the questioner, you are always stressing the cognition aspect of reality. You hardly ever mention attention, affection, and will. Never. Maharaj, will, affection, bliss, striving, and enjoying are so deeply tainted with the personal that they cannot be trusted. The clarification and purification needed at the very start of the journey, only awareness can give. Love and will shall have their turn, but the ground must be prepared. The sun of awareness must rise first. All else will follow. And then the quote, the last quote, Maharaj quote at the end. Like I say, I always like these quotes. So every chapter that has that always gets a little extra points, in my opinion. Maharaj quote, when you demand nothing of the world, nor of God, when you want nothing, seek nothing, expect nothing, then the supreme state will come to you, uninvited and unexpected. The Supreme is the easiest to reach, for it is your very being. It is enough to stop thinking and desiring anything but the Supreme. So, like I say, I think like I said, I don't think anything about this would be, especially, like I say, if you're in this far into the book, chapter 86, by this point, and I feel like, let me say this. If you're surprised by anything in here that Maharaj is saying, um, I mean, then I don't know. You're probably probably not really paying attention because everything seems pretty in line with how he is. This is pretty typical of Maharaj, in my opinion. So, but which means it's very brilliant because, like I say, every chapter has been so brilliant, just transformative in their own right, and just the fact that there's 100 of one of these all in one book in a collection is incredible. I apologize, for some of these delays along the way, but I will be getting this review done. It will be done. So I want to say, Hare Krishna, Namaste, peace be upon everyone. So peace, thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. I hope you all have a lovely, incredible day.